It was a tranquil afternoon in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, when Ibrahim Traoré, fresh from a conference on African leadership and development, chose to wander the city's vibrant streets alone. Seeking solace after hours of fervent debates, he shared his security detail and advisors, dressing in plain clothes with only a notebook for his reflections. Blending seamlessly into Abidjan's urban pulse, Traoré's attention was soon caught by a lively commotion outside a local restaurant. A small crowd buzzed with excitement around a towering figure whose radiant smile was unmistakable. Didier Drogba, Côte d'Ivoire's football legend and national hero. Traoré hesitated, torn between his desire for anonymity and a quiet curiosity to observe Drogba engaging with fans. Then, unexpectedly, Drogba's gaze locked onto him. "Ibrahim Traoré?" he called out, surprise lighting his face as he stepped forward. "Is that really you?" Traoré offered a modest smile. "Yes, it's me. I'm here for a conference." Drogba's handshake turned into a warm embrace. "It's an honor to meet you," he said, his admiration clear. "Your work in Burkina Faso inspires so many, including me." Caught off guard by the praise, Traoré deflected. "You're the inspiration. Didier, your legacy on and off the field is extraordinary." The two men began chatting, drifting from the curious crowd. Drogba suggested a quieter spot. "Join me for a drink," he said, guiding Traoré to a reserved table in the restaurant's secluded corner. "I want to hear about your vision for Burkina Faso." As they settled in, Traoré sensed Drogba's genuine interest. This wasn't idle chatter. "What drives you, Ibrahim?" Drogba asked, leaning forward. "Why this path, despite the obstacles?" Traoré paused, his voice heavy with conviction. "I grew up seeing my people trapped in poverty and dependence, crushed by unjust systems. I had to act, even if my efforts only sparked a small change." Drogba nodded, visibly moved. Then came words that stunned Traoré. "I've always admired your courage," Drogba said, his tone earnest. "But what you're doing transcends politics. It's bigger than anything I've achieved." Traoré blinked, incredulous. "What?" "Your foundation has transformed thousands of lives, schools, hospitals, hope." Drogba shook his head gently. "Yes, but I built with external resources, international support. You, Ibrahim, are building from within. That's something I've never done." The words hit Traoré like a revelation. He'd seen his work as practical, tackling immediate needs, but Drogba's perspective unveiled a deeper impact. "You're a global icon," Traoré countered. "Your reach is vast." Drogba's smile was kind but firm. "Reach isn't everything. Legacy is. And yours, Ibrahim, is just beginning." In that moment, Traoré felt the weight of their encounter. This wasn't chance. It was a profound lesson in leadership's true essence. Drogba's words lingered as Traoré later wandered Abidjan streets, echoing, "You're touching something far greater." He thought of Drogba's foundation, its hospitals, schools, and lives changed, and wondered why a man of such impact would elevate his own efforts. Troubled yet inspired, Traoré called his confidant, Moussa, his voice tinged with urgency. "Something happened today that shook me." Recounting the encounter, Traoré shared Drogba's words. After a pause, Moussa responded, "Drogba was showing you something vital. Have you considered the emotional impact of your work?" Traoré frowned. "Emotional impact?" Moussa elaborated. "Drogba built with foreign aid. You're inspiring people to believe in themselves, showing them their own power to transform. That shifts mindsets, Ibrahim. That changes generations." The insight struck deep. Traoré had focused on tangible goals, education, infrastructure, economic growth. But Moussa's words revealed a hidden force. He was planting seeds of self-belief. "So, my work's power lies in helping people see they can shape their reality?" he asked. "Exactly," Moussa said. "You're not just building schools, you're building minds. That's what transforms societies." The conversation reshaped Traoré's perspective. He wasn't merely addressing problems, he was igniting potential. The next morning, over breakfast at his hotel, he opened his notebook, pen racing across the page. "The greatest challenge isn't solving immediate problems," he wrote, "but empowering people to believe they can solve their own." Leadership isn't about delivering answers, it's about awakening possibility. Clarity settled over him. His mission could ripple beyond Burkina Faso, inspiring a continent. Later, a message from Drogba arrived. Keep doing what you're doing, Ibrahim. The world needs leaders like you. Traoré read it repeatedly, sensing not just encouragement but a call to responsibility. The encounter had shifted something fundamental. He'd been so focused on practical needs, schools, water, jobs, that he'd overlooked the psychological transformation he could spark, a collective belief in self-reliance and dignity. Days later, an international journalist called, requesting an interview for a feature on African leaders. "We want to highlight your work and future plans," she said. Traoré paused, aware that global exposure would amplify his message but also intensify scrutiny. "I'm honored," he replied, "but I want one thing clear. This isn't just about solving local issues. It's about reshaping how we see ourselves and our continent." "Elaborate," the journalist urged. Traoré's voice was steady. "For centuries, Africa's challenges have been met with external solutions, aid, NGOs, foreign programs. But our strength lies within our people, our minds. We must stop waiting for others to save us and believe we can save ourselves. My work isn't just infrastructure, it's inspiring people to see their own power to build their future, even in the harshest conditions." Impressed, the journalist promised to amplify his message. Traoré prepared meticulously for the interview, deciding to launch a bold initiative, African Minds, African Future, a program to empower young Africans through education, entrepreneurship, and innovation. When the interview aired, he spoke with raw conviction. "We can't keep waiting for outsiders to save us," he said, eyes locked on the camera. "We have the talent, the creativity. What we need is confidence and collaboration. That's why I'm launching African Minds, African Future, to equip young innovators to solve our challenges from within." The interview went viral, shared globally. Viewers were captivated by Traoré's authenticity and his call to self-belief. Messages flooded in, from leaders, entrepreneurs, and youth. One stood out. Isa, a boy Traoré had helped enroll in school, wrote, "Your words made me believe I can be more. I want to join your change." Traoré smiled, knowing this was a spark he'd hoped to ignite. Galvanized, Traoré organized a Pan-African conference, Africa in Action, uniting innovators and leaders to craft homegrown solutions. He invited Drogba as a keynote speaker. On stage, Drogba's word electrified the room. "When I met Ibrahim, I saw a man transforming mindsets. He's not just building roads, he's showing Africans they can shape their realities. True legacy lies in what we inspire others to do." The audience erupted, and Traoré, watching with glistening eyes, felt the movement's momentum. On stage, Traoré unveiled the next step, a digital platform, Mentes Africanas, Futuro Africano, connecting young innovators with mentors like Drogba. By the conference's end, hundreds had joined, including Isa, who wrote, "You showed me hope exists even in hard times. I want to help others find it." Traoré's heart swelled. Isa embodied the change he envisioned, youth empowered to dream and uplift. In the months that followed, Traoré traveled Africa, spreading his message of pride and self-reliance. Resistance came, but enthusiasm, especially from youth, outweighed it. In a Burkina Faso village, he saw a sign above a modest school, "Dream Without Limits," inspired by Ibrahim Traoré. Every struggle, every sleepless night, felt worth it. He wasn't just building systems. He was forging connections between hearts and minds. One evening, a final message from Drogba arrived. "You're changing Africa, Ibrahim. Keep going." Under the stars, Traoré whispered, "Africa's future is ours to build, together."